It's Labor Day weekend, a popular time for sales, and I actually want to do one better than that. I'm going to try to give you something today, but I do want to take a moment to explain the context it fits within. I think it's going to help you utilize it to its fullest. But again, literally want to give you something, just take a moment here to explain. So my video courses online that have been out there for years, and they start with a really traditional programming kind of foundation, right? So they don't assume you know any programming yet. We take you through building this 1970s style looking game with some just basic collisions, some shapes, some numbers on the screen. We take that same foundation. We then build something that looks like a late 70s style game with a bit of 2D collision in a grid, which we use as a foundation for a driving game that then covers angular movement and momentum and different types of tile patterns for collision. We take that same code, we start to use it for a basic dungeon explorer. We can pick up keys and open doors and have some basic collision as a foundation using those same principles, just building directly, connecting one to the next to the next. And those are my video courses that over the years have taken the intro course level. 320,000 students have gone through that. And then the next 3 courses in there come with my textbook, which is 550 pages long, and about 9,000 people have gone through the Udemy video course, and another couple 100,000 people have picked up that book. But this is where it gets exciting. So we have a new project lead in one of our home team groups, Rodrigo Bonzer Lopez, and his foundation of his project is literally taking that Warrior Adventure code. And we've had this sort of thing in the past, but this is happening right now. It's literally early in the schedule, which is why it's important that you hear this soon. This video won't be up for long. So he's taken that foundation and he's adding his own functionality to it. So he's got kind of a jetpack, we've got ladders being added, we have new art and so on. And then just as a recent example, he's added a scrolling camera, which you can tell it's a little crude for a starting camera, but it's going to be smoothed out. We're going to have some bounds in the middle. And a lot of what he's doing there for the design of this project and his planning is that the textbook that comes with these courses, in addition to covering 2 other kinds of games that aren't covered in the videos, the textbook also includes 100 exercises in the back across all these different types of games that include different types of things to do with this code. And for each one of those out of this 550-page textbook, which, I put a lot of time and effort into this, right? So we got it's nicely illustrated. We got exercises in the back. We got diagrams for how to do things. We got different sort of levels, structure examples, exercise tips. But he's basically turned that into his team's Trello schedule. And so basically, a couple things this weekend. First of all, if you go to check out my courses right now on Udemy, so the 320,000 person one, that one's free. You can take that right now. In fact, a lot of you, I think, probably already have. If you haven't yet taken How to Program Games, at the time of this video, at least at the moment I'm recording it, it's on sale for 5 more hours at $26. So that's pretty good, but I can do one better. I've taken those same courses, both of my courses together, the intro level and then the more substantial one, and the textbook, bundled them together on Gumroad, off-platform from Udemy, and that's available for $0. You can literally download it, not enter any credit card information, just get it. There's a link in the description for more information. Now, what I'm hoping is that you'll use that this weekend. And literally, you could plow through this weekend. This is something where it's about 5 hours, I think, of video content between the two. There's a 2-hour intro course. 2 hour for the intro course and then 5 hour for the next course. So, it'll be a lot to cram in on the weekend. But within the next week or so, and maybe this video up until, Tuesday, Wednesday, sometime mid next week. So, what I'd like you to do there is to go to HomeTeamGameDev.com, click on Apply Today. Of course, obviously, read the page, answer any questions you have about the group. Apply today. Join us, and in your application, if you'll mention, what have you done to prepare? There's a section here for a question. What have you done to prepare? And so for some people, they mention the game jams they've done. They mention the solo projects they've done. They mention they went to school for a certain degree. If you literally just mention Labor Day 2021 course, that'll be my keyword I'm looking for to know that you have picked up this offer. You've been sort of fast-tracking through it. And even if you haven't finished it yet, that you've picked up, so you've started it, you're working on it, we can get you in. I can kind of accelerate your application, know you're coming in ready. And a couple other tips for when you're filling this out. If you're joining us in this way, I'm going to fast-track your acceleration, fast-track your application. So Bonzer is in the newest group. And so because of that, if we check the box down below for a shorter wait time, we click the box for newer chapter without live meetings. Now that describes 2 of our 3 communities. So in all likelihood, I can get you into Lighthouse. But if we can't, if there's overflow, I might look at an outpost. And obviously, too, this pending if the actual rest of the application makes sense. If it's a bunch of typed keys or something, I can't honor that. But speaking of which, if you also want to accelerate it and in all likelihood, you're serious about doing this too anyway, if you'll check the box for free gifts for applying and say neither thank you, no gifts is requested, that'll also help me fast track your application because I can process more of those faster. In addition to the fact that you'll get those resources anyway when you join us in HomeTeam. And lastly, one other note. So of course, we are a professionally trained organization. We've got industry experts who are available for on-call help, including myself. We've got structure. We've released 21 games this year and 136 games over the years. So because of all that, there is a cost. However, if you would need your dues covered, if you need a sponsorship, we currently have a shorter waitlist than usual for that. And it's just a variety of things from the timing, from New Year's, from when they kind of fall off, from when I last promoted them. It's actually one of the best times to apply for if you need sponsored. If you couldn't afford RDUs on a regular ongoing basis, check that box. And again, that will not be as quick of a turnaround, but faster than usual. Faster than if you applied this time last year, earlier this year. Now is the time to do it. Recently, we were able to kind of admit and cycle a whole rotation just for a variety of reasons. So jump in there on that. And that's something where instead of you paying your dues directly, kind strangers on Patreon help support a certain number of openings in our community that we then extend to people who check that box, just indicating that they're in a situation where, we don't have details or SEO sort of proof, but it is in order to participate in this group in a consistent, ongoing basis, you would need help with the dues. It's a little bit like a micro scholarship, a little bit like that. But anyway, that is my pitch today. I want to give you that course at no cost. Both courses with the textbook. Check out the link in the description as long as this video is up, after which that link is going to no longer be valid. So, you'll keep the course, but it doesn't help to spread the link around. And then I guess the other little favor, again, is to check out HomeTeamGameDev.com, apply today, read about the group, decide if you'd like to join us, apply, mention in your application in the section, we're going to prepare Labor Day 2021 course, literally those words. In fact, let me show you, all right? What have you done to prepare? Let's even do it in all capitals. Labor Day 2021 course. Also, I've, taken some Unity tutorials on YouTube or something. And by the way, if all you've done is Unity, these courses I'm offering, that's totally fine too. Speaking of which, even though these courses are in JavaScript, they are general programming foundations. They're the same foundations people use for pre-engine practice before they go into Unity. We also now have Godot projects in a number of our communities. So if you happen to be more, or Godot for that matter, if you happen to be more Godot or Godot or Godot, however you say it, if you're more oriented towards that, mention that in your application. If you're more interested in Unity, if you're more interested in JavaScript, mention those. This can help me kind of play sorting hat and picking out which of our community groups you might be the best fit in, including if looking at your application, it just makes more sense for where you're at and the kind of project we have coming up on the schedule to pitch soon in our Apollo community, which is usually a longer group. It's our biggest group. It's our oldest group. That's one we've been going continuously since 2015. I might reach out to you about that course. Now, for that to be applicable, then you would have to have had checked the box for no preference as opposed to faster track. But you'll see all the details there. It spells it all out. We have tons of FAQ on our site if you have questions about how HomeTeam works. But if nothing else, even if all you do is pick up this course and go through the course, have a great Labor Day weekend. And I'll see you next time.